Hey, good day, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Andrew's Life. And, well, on this video, I'm going to try to keep it as brief as possible, but still, get to the point. Basically, what I'm going to be discussing is laziness and van life. Hence the title of the video, van life is not for lazy people. Or I might use another title. I don't know. I haven't figured it out at this point. But anyways, if you're out here, you're sick and tired of your job, you're sick and tired of working two jobs just to pay your rent or to pay your mortgage or a mortgage, I get it. I understand you 100%. Now, obviously, for me personally, I thought about the van life I thought about living this van life full time, but it's not for me full time. I prefer to do it part time. I've done it after the first few times of doing van life. I have made a decision at that point that, you know what, I need to have a home base to go to. I need to spend at least some time in sticks and bricks so I can get up, walk around, and just live, I guess, what most people would consider a normal life. But whenever I travel, I live the van life because it saves me a substantial amount of money on hotel room stays, because as I discussed before, I mean, anymore, even if stay at a crappy hotel that's bed bug infested, you're going to still pay over $100 a day by the time all your fees and taxes are included. So I prefer, for that reason, to sleep in my van. I keep my van clean. I know my van is clean. And it's a lot cheaper than hotel stays. So anyways, the reason why I'm making this video was because I stayed a night here at a Love's truck stop. And I noticed when I woke up this morning, there was another person who was by me. They were in a makeshift camper van, except their van was a cargo van. That's when my van is a minivan. Now before these people got here to that spot next to me, the spot next to me, it was clean, no garbage, no debris. In fact, a little before I went to bed, one of the workers at the truck stop had just completed a parking lot cleaning, and they have went through, emptied out all the garbage, picked up all the trash off the ground. I mean, this person did a very good job of cleaning the parking lot. So anyhow, when I wake up this morning, I clean my van, I clean the cat box and make sure my cat's got food, and just do all the basic stuff I typically do in the morning whenever I'm sleeping out of my van during my travels. And the people next to me, they're sitting in their van. They got the generator on because, I'm here in Alabama. I mean, basically, I'm just doing a trip around Alabama. I'm going to places where I've never been to before, or I haven't spent any substantial amount of time in, and I'm doing videos in those parts of Alabama. So, right now I'm in northern Alabama, and the temperature overnight done dropped all the way down to 37 degrees. So fairly chilly night. So the people next to me, they had the generator on to stay warm. So I wake up, they still in the van doing whatever they do. Generator's still running. So when I get done cleaning the van, I go inside the store and I use the restroom. I clean the cat. I clean the dry and wet food bowls for my cat. And then when I come back out, I noticed that they were getting ready to leave. So I So I would say about a couple minutes later, they finally pulled out and left, and they left 2 bags of garbage where they were parked. Now, if I'm able to, I'm gonna show you guys the 2 bags of garbage. If I can't show you, then I can't show you. But if I can, I'm gonna definitely. I mean, I took a picture, so I'm gonna definitely somewhere on this video, most likely towards the end of the video, I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. It's either gonna be at the beginning of the video or it's gonna be at the end of this video. It's gonna be one of the two. I'm gonna try to get it up there. I mean, the editing that I typically do at my house, I don't do when I'm on the road, because a lot of times where I'm at, the Wi-Fi signals are not always the best here in Alabama. I mean, like if I was up in Indiana or Ohio or Tennessee, I would have better Wi-Fi strength. Here in many parts of Alabama, even northern Alabama, the Wi-Fi strength is not the best. So I don't do my intense commentary type videos when I'm on the road like I do when I'm at home. That's why when you guys get a video while I'm on the road, it doesn't have commentary. It's just me driving around and then throwing up a video. I mean, I try to put something on this channel at least once a day, just to keep people coming and watching this channel. I don't want to keep you guys waiting for a week or two for me to upload a video, so that's why I do it that way. Anyways, I noticed that these individuals left a couple of bags of garbage, and I'm just going to say this. Like I was saying before, if you're wanting to do van life because you're sick and tired of working your ass off just to pay your housing expenses, maybe you're wanting to travel the country, or you're wanting to travel, period, and van life is the way to go because you can do all that and save on housing. I get all that. However, if you're too lazy to take your garbage and walk it just a few steps to the closest garbage can, then van life is not for you. I'm just going to say it just like that. Because here at Love's truck stop is fairly pretty good at spacing their garbage cans to where no matter where you park, a garbage can is not going to be but a few steps from wherever you're parking. And the staff at Love's, they're typically pretty good at emptying out their garbage cans to where it's not going to get like overflowing. Now, Flying J, they're not quite as good at they don't keep on top. Flying J, they're not as good at stuff like that as Love's. But anyways, I don't care if you're here at Love's or you're at Flying J, don't matter what truck stop you're at. My attitude is, if you're gonna sleep there, wherever you sleep, keep it clean. If you got garbage you want to throw it away, that you want to throw out, don't just throw it on the ground. Don't just put your garbage bags on the ground and then drive off. Take your garbage, walk your happy ass to a freaking garbage can and put it in the garbage can like a civilized human being. Because what's going to happen at these truck stops, and I would hate for this to happen because it'll make my job as a traveling YouTuber that much harder, and it will make it that much more expensive. But what's going to happen ultimately at these truck stops, if people don't start getting their act together and being more civil and acting like, they got some freaking home training, is what's going to happen is either A, these places like Love's and Flying J are going to start to charge people to park their vehicles overnight, or B, they're going to have strict rules and guidelines to where you're not going to be able to park overnight. They're going to, it's kind of going to be like certain Walmarts throughout the country that do not allow overnight parking, and they have security that will patrol the parking lot to make sure there's no overnight parking. Now, here in Alabama, I have parked at Walmarts a couple of times, and fortunately, I have not had any bad luck. In fact, there were other people that were parked at these Walmart locations too. There were truck drivers, there were campers, there were other van lifers like myself that were at the Walmart. So I just try to park close to them, not too close, but close enough to where I wouldn't stand out like a sore. I wouldn't stand out like I wouldn't stand out too much. So, anyways, if you're, like I said, van life is not for lazy people. Because, I mean, think about it. If you're going to live van life, you cannot be lazy. I mean, unless you're just an absolute disgusting slob. Every day when you wake up, I mean, at least when I wake up every day, the first thing I do when I crawl out of bed is I clean my van. No, the very first thing I do is I go into the gas station or the store. I use the restroom. I change into whatever clothes I'm wearing for the day. And then I come back out to my van and I begin to clean. I clean my cat box because I have my cat. I got my little portable vacuum, which you saw on my van build video. So I go around, I vacuum up all the cat litter, I vacuum up whatever crumbs that I may have left behind from my meals. Then I got a little microfiber dust cloth. I dust my dash because my cat likes to sit on the dash sometimes. So I dust the dash, I dust my doors just to get some of the cat fur up. I do that, vacuum, change the cat box, make my bed. I gather up all my dirty laundry, throw it in my laundry bag. And then after I do that, of course, I clean my dishes for my cat, the water and the food tray, because I try to have it to where when the cat eats her food and drinks her water, everything is clean. And then I go back in to the store, wash my hands, and I come back out and I eat breakfast. So if you're a clean person like I am, if you're not a disgusting slob, if you're the kind of person that cares at least somewhat about your appearance, if you're the kind of person that has at least some element of civilization, van life is not for lazy people. And obviously with living in a space that's small, whenever you got some garbage, you don't have the option of allowing your garbage to just sit around until you're good and ready to take it out. Because if you do, the garbage is going to start to stink, your van is going to start to stink, and then you're going to attract bugs, you're going to attract rodents, and it's just going to be a nasty mess for you. So, like with me, I tend to keep, whenever I go shopping at Walmart to buy my food, and I typically go shopping every couple of days, because that's all the amount of food I'm able to store in my van. Because anything beyond a couple of days, like for my milk, for my yogurt, that stuff will go bad. My vegetables, my fruit, that stuff will go bad. So I go shopping every couple of days, and when I do, I take little Walmart bags like this. I save them. I put them in the back of my seat in the pouches. And then every time I stop off somewhere and I see a garbage can, I gather up all my garbage and I throw my garbage out at that point. So like for me, I might have, for me, I would say I have a garbage bag that's going to be looking like this at least twice a day. In the morning time, I might fill up a bag, and I might fill up a bag, sometime in the late afternoon or early evening after I get done eating my lunch and my dinner, or my snacks, or whatever the case. Sometimes it could be more frequently than that. Like whenever my cat eats a little too much at once and she throws up and gets sick, I tend to throw that away immediately so that nastiness doesn't stink up my van. And like I said, if you have garbage, it is not hard to take your garbage and to walk a few steps to the closest garbage can and throw your garbage away like a civilized human being. It is very easy to do. And FYI, for those of you that live out of your van, it is good to get out of your van and walk around. Because if you stay sitting for too long, your body can build blood clots, which could cause you to have heart attacks and strokes. So if you're like me and you stay in your vehicle for long periods of time, make sure you get out at least a couple of times a day and take walks. And it's also intuitive to eat at least somewhat of a healthy diet and the exercise. So for those of you that live the van life and you spend a lot of hours in your van, I mean, I don't give a damn if you're working 9 to 5. I mean, there is absolutely no excuse why whenever you got some garbage, you can't take your garbage, put it in the garbage bag, and then when you get to a location that has a garbage can, you throw your crap in a garbage can. There is absolutely no excuse why you can't do that. Other than the fact that you're uncivilized, you're lazy as hell. And you therefore do not belong out here amongst other van drillers. If you're going to be that lazy, my suggestion is to stay working your 9 to 5, stay living in your sticks and bricks, or just go ahead and rent you a hotel room for the night to where you'll have maids that will clean up after your nasty self. So yeah, if you're lazy, please, triple please do not come out here and be a van lifer and then ruin it for the rest of us. Because I would hate to see these truck stops clamp down on van lifers and you know, they don't allow van lifers anymore, blah, blah, blah. I would hate for that to happen for myself and for anyone else that decides to live this particular life, whether it be part-time or full-time. Because I know for me, these truck stops, I can't really express enough how grateful I am to be able to park at a truck stop at night, as opposed to having to pay money for a hotel or having to pay money to park somewhere at a campsite. And the Walmarts here in Northern Alabama that I'm able to park at, that people are able to park at for the night, I'm extremely grateful for that too. And it makes me upset when I see other people abuse those privileges. And then they ruin it for me and everybody else because they want to be lazy, uncivilized pieces of garbage. Alright folks, that's going to conclude my video. So until next time, y'all take care of yourself, and if you're living the van life or you're living the RV life, remember whenever you get to park somewhere for free, such as a truck stop or at a Walmart, whatever messes you make, clean up after yourself, clean up behind yourself, and clean up immediately. If you got garbage, throw it in a freaking garbage can. It ain't that damn hard. Alright, y'all have a good one.